Imagine a frozen forest, blinding snow, biting wind, and the distant crack of rifles echoing in the silence. In late 1939, the world watched in disbelief as tiny Finland faced a Soviet invasion. Stalin's Red Army, millions strong, swept across the border. Their goal? To conquer Finland in weeks. But what happened next would shock military strategists for generations. The Finns, outnumbered 3-1, outgunned in every way, had other plans. They dressed in white camo, blending into the snow. They skied silently between the dark pines, striking Soviet convoys by surprise, then vanishing like phantoms. The Soviets advanced. But instead of fighting on open fields, they found themselves trapped in endless forests and frozen swamps. Their tanks bogged down, their soldiers lost and freezing, easy targets for Finnish sharpshooters. And then came the Molotov cocktail, makeshift bombs made from bottles and gasoline, hurled at Soviet tanks. These fiery weapons became a symbol of Finnish resistance, the name itself mocking the Soviet foreign minister. The Soviets had thousands of tanks and planes. The Finns, old rifles, hunting knives, even captured Soviet guns. Supplies ran low. Ammunition was precious. But Finnish morale was unbreakable. Legendary snipers like Simo Häyhä, known as the White Death, haunted the forests. Simo alone was credited with over 500 kills, more than any sniper in history. He wore a white mask, used iron sights, and never fired twice from the same spot. Each Finnish victory had a simple name, Motti, meaning bundles of wood or trapped Soviets, cut off and destroyed in small pieces. The Finns became experts at splitting the invaders apart, attacking them piecemeal, never letting them regroup. As the war dragged on, Soviet casualties piled up. Tens of thousands lost in the snow. Tanks and trucks abandoned, columns frozen in their tracks. But make no mistake, tragedy shadowed both sides. Finnish towns burned, families fled through the endless forests, thousands perished from cold and hunger. Yet, world newspapers carried tales of Finnish heroism, how outnumbered farmers, students, and forest rangers held back a superpower. The League of Nations even expelled the Soviet Union in protest. But Finland was running out of supplies, out of men, out of time. In March 1940, surrounded and bombarded, Finnish leaders had to choose between annihilation or peace talks. A hard peace was signed. Finland lost territory, priceless forests, families' homes. But incredibly, the country remained independent. The Red Army, bruised and embarrassed, never conquered Finland. The Winter War changed everything. Hitler noted Soviet struggles, doubting their strength. Stalin, scarred by the humiliation, began to reform his army. The world had seen that courage, cunning, and the will to fight could defy even the mightiest enemy. For one freezing winter, Finland's resistance became legend. Even today, soldiers around the world study the tactics of the Winter War, guerrilla warfare, survival in the cold, the power of unity and local knowledge. How did Finland do the impossible? Maybe in the end, it was a nation's spirit, infused with Sisu, that untranslatable Finnish word for grit and resolve. The snow melted, the guns fell silent, but the legend of the Winter War echoes through history. And next time you see a bottle called a Molotov cocktail, remember the icy forests, the white-masked sniper, and the tiny nation that defied a Goliath. Want to know what happened next? How Finland survived the next round of the world's deadliest war? That's a story for another time.